Sanders. Oh, my. Bullhead gets off a high spiraling punt. Sanders will let it hit at the 1 and go in for the touchback. A 47-yard punt, and it rolls through. They'll bring it out to the 20, and that's where Washington will start its offensive series. Jim Hannafin on the left, Joe Gibbs of the Redskins on the right. And these two guys go way back. They used to coach together.
The year was 1979. The team was the San Diego Chargers. Now, Joe and Jim both looked a little different now. Now, if you took Joe, now I'm going to kind of draw it in now. He's got the glasses here, see? And if you go to Hannafin, you got a little bit of more gray hair in there now, but that's basically the idea. You get what I'm talking about.
They've changed dramatically. First down, Redskins. Rippon throws the out to Clark. It's complete for the first down, but there's a flag, and we'll wait to see what that is. Gordon McCarter, the referee. And it's against Atlanta.
Offside, 93 defense, penalty decline, first down.
Redskins fiddle with different packages almost every week early in the year. Then they settle on the Biner and 3 wides attack. In the last 3 games, the Skins have scored 93 points coming into this one, 31 points a game. They've passed to set up the run and gone with 4 wides quite a bit as well. First down, Washington, and this is complete to Clark, out close to another first down. They're about 2 yards shy.
It almost seemed like the first half was spent for the Redskins, at least early on, trying to run the football and establish the run a little bit, because they recognize it's a good opportunity to get the running game set up against an Atlanta Falcons defense that, you know, over the season hasn't played well against the run. But when you think about what's worked so well for them, it's been the multiplicity of sets and going to all the different receivers and popping the ball out off rhythm passes and that type of a thing. And maybe that's what they're going to get back to in the second half.
Second down and a long one. Play action for Rippon, goes over the middle to Monk, and he's open. Inside the 30, Monk to the 20. Touchdown, Redskins. '60-yard scoring attack. Rippon to Monk.
Off the play action now. You know that freezes that defense, but Art Monk is wide open coming across the middle. And what happens is Scott Case reacted up. He couldn't get back. Finally chases him down the sideline, but hey, it's too late. Art Monk has outstanding speed, particularly when he breaks in the open and nobody's near him.
60-yard strike. Monk now with 4 catches, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and Low-Miller adds the extra point. Monk had 9 catches last week. .12:43. Washington wasted no time. 80 yards, 3 plays, 22 seconds in this touchdown. Rippon was 3 for 3 on the drive.
And watch Art Monk stick the landing. Oh, he stuck that landing perfectly. Give him a 9.7.
2 touchdowns from Monk.
I have to check with the judges on that one.
Low-Miller kicks off for the Redskins. Sanders across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Tackle was made by Minuski. 22-yard return.
Tim, that's the second time I've seen Deion Sanders come up dragging his left arm. I think something is wrong with it. It happened early in the first half. He landed on that arm and the shoulder, and he was dragging. And this time, it appears that it's bothering him a great deal. The trainers checked him out the last time on the sideline.
Happened on that defensive play in the end zone when he dove to break up the pass. First down, Falcons. The ball at the 25. Miller's got pressure, throws up top. A.J. Johnson with the interception.
A.J. Johnson told us yesterday, he said, hey, you're going to give up some big plays. You're going to get beat at the cornerback position. But you know what you got to do? You got to come back and have enough faith in yourself to come back and make big plays. And that's what he does on this one. He got burned in the first half, but he comes back with a key interception now for his team.
Charles Mann applied the pressure, made Miller rush his throw. Outstanding coverage by A.J. Johnson. The Redskins come out snorting.
I think they got the message from Joe Gibbs at halftime.
Redskins show trips. Now Monk goes in motion on first down. Rippon to Monk, and Monk makes a fine play to knock it away from the defensive back, Scott Case.
It looked like Robert Moore had a chance to intercept that ball the way it was thrown. Moore came in, and it appeared as if the ball had really went off of his helmet.
It'll be second down at 10, the ball at the 31. Indianapolis still alive.
That playoff picture still muddling the AFC, a little bit clearer in the NFC.
Rippon on the waggle, pumps and now throws back. Sanders is wide open, inside the 20. To the 1-yard line. Knocked out by Charles Dimry, and it's the exact same play that scored against San Diego last week, just prior to the half. 68 yards.
Ricky Sanders in the slot, left side of your screen, or excuse me, up on the top of your screen now. What happens is you see Mark Rippon drop back, pump fake, that sets everything up. Scott Case, number 25, covering on the play, bites on the pump fake now. All of a sudden, Sanders is behind him, and he's streaking down the field, getting close to getting that touchdown, goes out on the 1-yard line. Now, the one thing I want to note down here is how do the officials decide where he went out of bounds? How do they mark it? You know, they're nowhere in sight now. They're going to tell you where the guy went out of bounds.
Well, you can
they're
see
pretty
his left
close,
foot.
though.
He showed you. This is Biner. Touchdown, Washington. There is a flag.
Offside, number 99, defense, penalty decline, touchdown.
Ernest Biner off the right side of that offensive line. Good push off the ball there by the line. See a key block there by Donnie Warren, number 85, gets his man out. Biner does a great job of spinning in there and getting into that end zone.
Low Miller to pull the Redskins within 3. And he does.
Now, how do the Atlanta Falcons respond to the challenge? They have not responded well earlier in the season. Well, it appears that Andre Bruce is responding down in the field by getting into a little tip, but that's not going to be the answer. The answer is going to be to play the rest of this ball game. This is something Atlanta has not done well over the course of this season. It's come back, you know, from a little adversity now. And this is adversity for them because the Redskins are red hot.
(27-24). Falcons still lead. But the Redskins have scored 2 touchdowns very quickly. 2 touchdowns within 38 seconds.
The scoreboards look like a pinball machine there. You can see the scores run up. Haynes there with 2 key touchdowns for the Falcons. And then Monk comes back later on with a 60-yard TD reception, and Biner 1-yard run off the Ricky Sanders long reception.
24 second quarter points by the Falcons, but now 2 touchdowns by Washington in 38 seconds.
Just goes to show you how quickly your fortunes can change, and just when you think you're out of it, all of a sudden you're right back in the ball game.
Big play by Sanders. He now has 4 catches, 136 yards. This is Deion Sanders, a yard deep. He's explosive. To the 34-yard line, tripped up by Martin Mayhew.
And Mayhew, his guy from Florida State, his buddy from Florida State, was the guy that stopped him from getting the touchdown. He was gone if Martin Mayhew doesn't make the stop.
36-yard return.
Dion, watch him just break straight up the middle of the field. Now watch Mayhew, 35, reaching there and just get his hand on his foot, and that's what brings him down. 35 right there. See that little trip up right there, and that's what put Dion down.
First down Falcons, the ball at the 34. They lead by 3. Play action. Intercepted. Darrell Grant with the interception.
Miller got himself in a little bit of trouble here. Good rush by the Redskins, but Darrell Grant never gets enough credit for being the kind of football player that he really is. That's consistent, solid, always there, dependable. The ball looks like it bounces just a little bit off of John Settle's head, and if it did, Darrell Grant, that's even more exceptional to make that reception that way. You know, they talk about those big guys not having good hands and all the rest of that. I don't buy that.
Grant had an interception earlier this year. Riggs spins and drives down close to the 22-yard line. I can remember the NFC East Championship game at RFK Stadium against Dallas. Grant made a crucial interception against Danny White.
Then you come into this kind of situation now, Gerald Riggs, you know that he's thinking what he's thinking about. Hey, look, played a lot of years down here. These people know what I'm all about. I want to let them know I'm back. I'm healthy now, and I want to start running the football a little bit.
Second down, they need 1. Riggs still on his feet at the 18.
Whoever came in and tried to make that shoulder tackle must not know Gerald Riggs very well. They must know that you have to put your arms around Gerald Riggs to bring him down. Shoulder tackles are not going to get it.
Knocked out by Ben Thomas and Bobby Butler. But the Redskins will probably be eliminated because if the Rams win, which it looks like they will, Washington's out.
Remember the Jets last season played spoiler in 2 games, bumping teams out of the playoffs. Couldn't do it this season.
Riggs left side, inside the 15 to the 11-yard line.
We talked about Gerald Riggs and his determination to get upfield and make positive yardage. Watch the end of this run. That's really the beauty of it all. When you want to watch a Gerald Riggs. See, there's a couple of people who have some shots. Him just keeps driving up the field, lowers those shoulders, and gets everything out of a run that he can.
Second down and 3. Riggs again. This time he loses yardage. Jesse Tuggle with an outstanding defensive play.
Yeah, I know when players around the league start talking about who plays well at inside linebacker, number 58, Jesse Tuggle's name's going to be on the minds of a lot of offensive players as he comes in here and makes another great play for this Falcon defense. You see how he tackled Gerald Riggs, low by the ankles and wrapped him up.
He read his key, threw the lineman to Riggs, and that first step went left. He just broke that way, skated down the line, inside out. Third down and 6. Riggs goes out. Biner comes in. Clark in motion. Clark with the reception at the 8. Working on Bobby Butler, the 9-year veteran out of Florida State.
And when you hear defensive backs talk about Clark, they always say, you know, hey, this is a guy that doesn't mind coming across the middle, getting a little contact. If you look at his uniform, you know he doesn't mind contact. He makes contact with the ground and with the secondary.
Fourth down and 1. And lately, Joe Gibbs has been going on fourth down. Although he says he hadn't been going more this year than in past years.
And the numbers kind of bear him out on that. You know, last year I think they went 15 times. And This year it's been 16 times.
He had a great attitude last night. Just seems like he's having fun again. Well, we didn't have that feeling mid-season.
Now, what do you do if you're Joe Gibbs in this situation? I say either quarterback sneak or put your big back up over the top. Just get the necessary yardage.
That was the 4th catch for Clark. 4th down and 1. 3 tight ends or in the backfield with Biner. They go to their heavy package. Tight end Terry Orr at the fullback spot. This is Biner. Now correction, it's ripping outside. Knocked out. Touchdown, Washington. Great fake by Rippon on the play action. 8-yard touchdown.
When you said great fake, I wasn't sure if you were talking about on the play or when the authority's going to spike the ball and then pull it back. You know, I'm surprised that he ran in because we saw him go out in the first half with a sprained neck, comes back in and takes a pretty good shot on this play. But the key thing is, watch the ball handling there. See him put that ball back there and hide it on his hip now. The defense doesn't react until he's got his shoulders turned and heading towards the line of scrimmage. And that was the key for him, the ball handling.
Low Miller is good with the extra point. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
Teased him yesterday about his singing on the radio, and this time I got to start teasing him about his spike. You got to follow through in that thing, Rip. Let it pop, let it rip.
Washington has now scored 21 points in 3 minutes and 38 seconds, set up by 2 interceptions. Next Sunday it's week 16 NFL doubleheader on CBS Sports beginning at 12:30 with the NFL Today. Then the Los Angeles Rams meet the New England Patriots, plus other regional action. Rams must keep winning to solidify their playoff hopes. That's at 12:30 next Sunday here on CBS. San Francisco is in already. Chicago against San Fran, and Chicago lost today to Green Bay, the second part of the doubleheader. So the Redskins have taken the lead 31-27 with 9:05 remaining third quarter. And Miller prepares to kick off to the dangerous one. Sanders gets it at the 6. Breaks the tackle out to the 22-yard line. And he's taken down there. Return of 17 yards.
Penalty on the play, Tim.
Tackle was made by Reggie Dupard. They're still talking and dogging each other down on the field, but there is a penalty, and it came late. Well, if there's one guy that'll talk, it's Sanders.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness after the play, number 21, receiving team.
That's Sanders.
First down.
Now, what could a little guy like him do up in that pile? He got up in there, he went up in there pretty hard, but apparently it happened after the play was already over. A couple of people lying on him. He gets up and gives Herb Welsh a shot in the chin, it looks like. That's where everything happened.
Pretty good left.
Particularly when it's thrown from the prone position.
First down and 10, the ball at the 12 for the Falcons. Miller, 3-step drop, fires it complete. Haynes at the 30, to the 35, out to the 37-yard line. Michael Haynes, what a game he's having, and they're scuffling back by the end zone. .26 yards on the catch for Haynes. That's his 5th catch. And they'll unravel this pile, and we'll see who the penalty is this time.
Oh, this one's getting ugly early down there with the big fellas. This Freilich, now he's got a bad hand. What is he doing in there?
That's the time to go in.
You're not going to get any sympathy from anybody. I saw Mike Ken was up in there, number 78. Charles Mann. As it turns out, it was Freilich and Charles Mann. Now, Freilich's got the face mask. That's a bad thing. And then Of course, Charles grabs Frelick, and it's the takedown, and Charles gets the second shot in there. You know, you got to believe, hey, look, guys, you know, you guys are too good to be doing that kind of thing. No payoff in that.
It happens.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. 79 on the offense, 77 on the defense. Both fouls occurred after the play. The play is nullified at the succeeding spot, first down.
He said 77 on the defense, which is Darryl Grant, but I think he meant Charles Mann. Grant came in as a peacemaker.
Yeah, Darryl said, hey, look, I didn't have anything to do with it.
He comes in late to try to pull people off.
Darryl Grant, you see right in the middle of your screen, 77 on the rush. He's just simply doing a good job on his rush. The action starts elsewhere. Darryl's all the way down on the ground now. He can't get involved in it. Say, hey, look, man, make sure you get those numbers right, okay?
First down and 10, the ball at the 38. 8 minutes, 29 seconds remain in the period. Settle can't hold on to it. The ball was right there, and Settle comes out limping.
I think old John got a peek of Wilbur Marshall coming up, too. That kind of changes your mind about catching the ball. Watch Wilbur Marshall coming in from the left-hand side of your screen. See, John had to take a little peek over there and see Wilbur coming. He was bringing bad tidings. Let the ball go.
What an explosion by Washington here in the third period. 21 points in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Miller throws the out pattern. Mayhew's all over it. Takes Collins down immediately. Well, I want to tell you, this is a dramatically different team than we saw in the first half. The Redskins now just dominant.
Martin Mayhew was a business major in college, and he's been all about business in the second half. Got hurt a couple of times on some key plays early in the first half, and he and A.J. Johnson just come back and had a sensational second half.
The Redskins could go to 10-6 by winning today and next week. And not making the playoffs, a great indicator as to where this league is heading into the 1990s. Third down and 7 for Miller. He's got pressure and lobs it out to Settle. Across midfield, Atlanta's got the first down. At the 47-yard line, the tackle made by Brian Davis.
Miller had to unload that screen pass just a little bit before he wanted to. Timing wasn't exactly right, as we see Settle limping just a little bit. But watch him unload the ball. The key there is that the linemen are not out in front of the play, but John Settle makes an awfully nice run because he recognizes that everybody has run off. So now that secondary is empty, he can make some yardage.
A gain of 12. They move it to the 47-yard line. It's first down, Atlanta, as you see John Settle coming off in some pain. Atlanta's been throwing on first down, and they will this time as well. It's complete to Haynes, and another flag goes down.
Holding, number 35 defense, penalty decline, first down.
That's Mayhew. 14-yard gain, Haynes' 6th catch.
Came across on the post, and Mayhew knew he was beaten on the play by Haynes, so he just kind of grabbed the hold of the back of that jersey a little bit, tried to hold him up, and many times the officials can't see it.
The Falcons went through all their statistics, and they found out that Haynes, who's been injured quite a bit this year, when he does play, and teams with Sean Collins, their production increases dramatically. And that's certainly been the case here today. Timeout Atlanta with 6 minutes and 11 seconds remaining, third period.
Says he's only in his 10th season. Largent is in his 14th.
Next Saturday here on CBS. 6th play of the drive, all passes started at the 11. It's first down and 10, now at the 33. Miller, complete to Patera, and he gains a yard, maybe 2. A.J. Johnson with the stop.
It's a tough time for the Falcons to lose John Settle, because now they're behind in this ball game and desperately need his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield as well as his running ability. A key situation, but they're going to have to go with Patera right now. Settles over on the sideline. Appears there may be a thigh injury as he's kind of holding that leg a little bit.
2nd down and 8. Redskins show blitz. They're coming. Miller throws it up into the corner and complete. It was intended for Haynes, and he had coverage by Martin Mayhew.
When he came out of his break, it appeared that he just slipped on the turf. Now, this field is a little bit wet, as I mentioned. It's got a little bit of a movement to it on the top. It's kind of soft, but it's not frozen today.
We haven't had any of the snow that they've predicted for this evening. Hasn't started yet.
The track is a little slippery down there. If you didn't wear your long cleats today, you're in trouble.
We're told there is some precipitation just south of here, so we may have it before this game ends. Third down, Falcons. Miller with pressure, and he's sacked by Monty Coleman.
And guess what? Here's Wilbur. It was Wilbur Marshall coming in from that offensive right side with a blitz, and that's really what got Chris Miller concerned. He tried to step up in the pocket, but the problem was that Wilbur Marshall had a hole of his shoulder. Now he goes down to the ground and gets jammed right there, and that would look like Raven Caldwell that just came in and stuck him just as he was going to the ground.
It was Caldwell, and Miller has not gotten up yet. And deep for the Redskins, Ricky Sanders. Joe Howard was shaken up earlier in the ball game. Joe Howard had a fine afternoon last week against San Diego. This kick is a wobbly kick, and it's short. It hits one of the Redskins at the 15.
It hit Martin Mayhew in the back as he was looking out of bounds. Bounced off of his back.
And it's Atlanta football.
Watch Martin Mayhew, 35, as he's going to the sideline. Now, he just didn't go far enough. That ball hit him in the back and then bounced back into the field of play, and the Atlanta Falcons recover.
It was recovered by Jordan. Great field position now for the Atlanta Falcons. So Hugh Millen comes on to replace Chris Miller. We'll tell you that Scott Campbell is inactive today. And so Hugh Millen is as deep as they go as far as quarterbacks. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and Miller's still groggy. Now Keith Jones, the running back, the rookie out of Illinois, would be the next quarterback in line. He's a running back, but if anything happened to Millen, he'd be the next guy in line. Miller leaves the game 17 for 35, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. This is Jones on the reverse to the 16. The Redskins had that one all the way. A.J. Johnson with the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd down. To 7, Rams, 4th period. And so it looks like the Redskins' playoff hopes end right here. Second and 10, straight ahead. Big hole for Jones. Down to the 10-yard line.
Keith Jones is a nice, tough running back, a nice, tough running fullback, that is, for that Atlanta Falcons offense. Now watch him as he punches up inside. See, he's got a lot of leg drive, and he understands when you lean down, when you get in there and you're going to get hit, lean down, put those shoulders down, and take a little bit of that shock off. As a result, both he and John Settle do not put the ball on the ground a great deal. Protect the ball and protect yourself.
3rd down and 4 for Atlanta. They trail 31-27. Settle around the left side. Monty Coleman is there first. And there are flags down by the line of scrimmage. This defense for Washington, 7 different starting lineups since opening night against the Giants. Things have changed dramatically. Darrell Green, Dexter Manley, Barry Wilburn, Marcus Cook, all gone. That's not to mention Dave Butts, who retired in the offseason. Chris Miller now has been taken to the locker room for observation. And here's the call.
Illegal motion, left guard on offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
That's Stan Clayton, the left guard. That's the 6th penalty against Atlanta, 71 yards in penalties against the Falcons.
Another symptom of a young team is getting penalized a great deal, particularly in critical situations. That's when you don't want the mistakes to happen. That's when those young people start making them.
Third down and 9 from the 15. Millen has time and throws it across the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Floyd Dixon, and again there are flags. It's getting sloppy now.
Yeah, first it was getting into the situation where there were a lot of fights. Now it's just a lot of penalties.
Illegal motion, right guard and right tackle on offense, penalty declined, 4th down.
So that means that was that accordion move over there. You know, you got the guard, the tackle going up and down.
Freilich and Hoover on that right side were both guilty. So Davis will come on to attempt a 32-yard field goal. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is good. So Davis connects from 32 yards out. And the Falcons pull within 1. It's a 1-point ball game with 2:38 remaining 3rd period as you look at Jim Hanifin on the sidelines of the Atlanta Falcons. The word on Joe Howard, the return man for Washington, is bruised ribs. He will not be back. So A.J. Johnson now is deep. Greg Davis prepares to kick off for the Falcons. It'll be Johnson at the 6. Cuts back against the grain to the 25-yard line. Good coverage by Atlanta. So a 19-yard return by A.J. Johnson. Join us Christmas Day at 2:30 when CBS Sports presents a winter sports special featuring the World Junior Figure Skating Championships from Colorado Springs. Olympic hopefuls give us an early glimpse of their talent. Then make plans to spend your Christmas afternoon with the NBA on CBS Sports. 3:30 p.m. Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Atlanta Hawks at the Omni. The Cavs have won their last 4, including a win over Seattle, but they will have to face the human highlight film. Dominique Wilkins, averaging 25 a game, Christmas Day beginning at 2:30. Rippon has the completion to Orr, and Orr's out to the 35.
Nice little roll out there by Rippon. I see John Rady, number 59, is coming off the field for the Falcons and holding his chest. So the Falcons lose another linebacker, or maybe it's an arm. He's just trying to hold it up. At any rate, he's out of there. He's a starting linebacker for him. So changes on both sides of the ball as injuries start taking their toll on these two clubs.
John Rady, 6'1", 240-pounder out of Boise State.
He's being replaced by Thaxton, number 53, and it's a very good special teams player for the Atlanta Falcons.
That's because Rady's normal backup, Joel Williams, is inactive. So Thaxton goes over to Rady's spot. And both rosters are starting to thin out.
And the Redskins get the first down on that play that Rady got injured on.
Gain of 11. It'll be first down, the ball at the 35. Redskins use a lot of different formations. This is the heavy package, 3 tight ends. Riggs with a big run left side out near midfield. Gerald Riggs.
I was asking him earlier today about the red shoes that he's wearing. He says, oh, yeah, I got to keep the red shoes on. As you remember, he started wearing them when he was down here in Atlanta with the Falcons. And, of course, it's so nice to have a color-coordinated shoes. And when you travel with them, be able to go to another team and have the colors match so well.
A gain of 14. So it'll be first down, the ball now near midfield. Sanders comes to the bottom of the screen. They stay with the heavy package, 3 tight ends, and again, it's Riggs. Out to midfield. Gerald Riggs spent 7 seasons here in Atlanta with the Falcons. Was acquired by Washington last April for a 2nd rounder in 1989, 1st rounder in 1990, 5th round pick also in the next draft. Sat out most of the last 7 games with a sore arch. 2nd down and 9, the ball at midfield. Rippon drills this one to Sanders to the 39-yard line, and another Washington first down. Jesse Tuggle made the tackle.
Time Sanders was working against Scott Case now. Scott Case, defensive back for the Falcons, has had his problems this year with injuries, as we mentioned earlier this year, early in the game. Now he's had a pulled groin muscle, but also he had an injured ankle, which really hurt him in terms of stopping and planning and then making his break. So as a result, he's just not been the same kind of player, a Pro Bowl player like he was last year.
That's the 5th catch for Sanders. He now has 75 for the year, well over 1,000 yards. He's 5th among NFC receivers. Pressure comes from the outside. Rippon goes across the middle to Sanders to the 25-yard line, and they'll move the chains once again.
Time McKenzie came out from his guard position. Saw him roll outside, pick up that blitzing linebacker outside, and that's what really caused the play to be successful, because Rippon had to throw right down that lane where McKenzie stepped out and took that linebacker.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score 31-30 Washington. We now pause for a word from your local station. It's back in, and a flag is thrown in. The tackle made by Andre Bruce. Flag came from way out on the side.
I want to tell you something, though. Gerald Riggs rejected Tony Casillas when he came in and tried to make the stop.
And it's holding against Washington. You knew that as soon as head linesman Dave Anderson threw the flag from the side.
Holding. 69 offense, 10 yards, repeat first down.
Mark Schlereth, the offensive guard, the guy that chases bears, was raised in Alaska and was playing soccer one time in goal. He was wondering how come everybody else was running away from him, and now normally everybody wants to run towards the goal. Well, he turned around and realized there's a big bear standing back there chasing him, and he wasn't from Chicago.
How about his dad comes out of Alaska, comes down to Redskin Park, goes in the weight room and starts pumping weights over 300 pounds. The guy stood there with their eyes as big as saucers. Couldn't believe it. First down and 20, the ball at the 23. This is Biner. Down to the 20-yard line. Ball's on the ground, but they say it was down already. Jesse Tuggle made the hit and the recovery, but the ball was down. It was dead.
Here's a look at just the tail end of that play as Biner's going down to the ground. See, the ball gets kicked out right there.
Now, see there, it looked like he wasn't down, but the key is his knees were.
That's
so
right.
It's definitely
and
not
the
a
other key is when the whistle blows. If the whistle blows, it makes no difference what you see on replay.
2nd down and 17, Redskins. Clark and Sanders go to the top of the screen. Monk will be at the left side of Rippon. Plenty of time for Rippon, who throws underneath the binder, and he loses yardage. Big play by Jesse Tuggle, number 58.
Once again, making the kinds of reads that a good inside linebacker makes, a guy that might be headed towards the Pro Bowl one of these days, Jesse Tuggle. But downfield, there was other action going on, like Gary Clark wide open downfield. Now watch him going on that outside move there, working against Butler up top. He's open down that end zone. If you loft it up there in a little fade pattern, you got him. Believe me, he came back to the huddle and told Mark Rippon about that situation.
It's 3rd down and 24. Backside pressure, Rippon going to the corner. Incomplete.
He didn't get the same kind of escape off the line of scrimmage. They went back to the same pattern, but they didn't get the same kind of look defensively. And really, Clark just didn't make a nice, clean escape.
Clark shaken up. Gordon would have had the interception, but couldn't come down in bounds. Here's the end of that play, Danny.
Yeah, he got tied up with Butler early, and as a result, wasn't really in position. And Gordon comes over, makes what looks to be an interception, but he lands out of bounds, so he never got it.
So Low-Miller comes on as you look at Clark going out. And Low-Miller will be attempting a 43-yard field goal. He's never had a regular season kick block. High snap. No good. From 43 yards out. He misses. With the Rams beating the Jets today, Washington's been eliminated from the playoffs. Haynes of Atlanta with 6 catches today, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sanders with 7 receptions and 167 yards. Big day for the posse, all 3, Clark, Monk, and Sanders. And it's 31-30 Washington with 10:21 remaining in the ball game. Take a look at the Chip Low-Miller attempt from 43 yards out.
And as the saying goes, he missed it by a coat of paint. Hits the upright. A good distance on it. He could have pulled back another 10 and made that one probably. It just hits that upright and bounces back on the field of play.
Low-Miller just 1 for 3 today. It's first down Atlanta, the ball at the 25. Important drive for them. Hugh Millen, the quarterback, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Ron Heller, the tight end.
Cleveland over Minnesota in overtime. Chicago losing big to Green Bay. Houston got spanked by Cincinnati.
Atlanta has led the league, Dan, in fewest turnovers, but they're near the bottom in points scored.
What that tells you is that even if they get turnovers, they don't take advantage of them and put points on the board as a result of those turnovers.
Although today they've scored 30. Millen throws to the left side. It's caught by Sean Collins. He's got a first down, run out of bounds by A.J. Johnson.
An offensive line of the Atlanta Falcons has had some problems giving their quarterbacks time today. And again, Millen gets a little pressure in here and gets a shot late from Darrell Grant. Mr. Consistency.
A gain of 12. That's the 5th catch for Collins. Collins now has 53 catches for the year, leading rookie receiver in the NFL out of Northern Arizona. This is an important drive, obviously, with 10:10 remaining, and Atlanta trailing by 1. Wilkins, the motion man. Millen throws to Heller, and Heller's out to the 47-yard line.
That's the kind of offense that will get you down the field against the Redskins. It looks like Heller's hurt his hand just a little bit. He's over talking to the trainers. Watch him coming right out to the middle of your screen. Heller, number 80, a former San Francisco 49 that came over as a Plan B acquisition and makes a nice reception here and then goes down the sideline. You're just joining us and wondering how come Hugh Millen is starting at quarterback. It's because Chris Miller went out earlier with an injury to his neck area.
Miller was hit by Raven Caldwell and knocked out. They took him into the locker room for observation. The flea flicker back to Millen, and it fools no one. Incomplete to Wilkins.
Hey, you remember yesterday when we were talking with Joe Gibbs? He said, hey, look, I know Jim Hanifin's got a couple of tricks in his bag. Now, I know he's going to try, a couple of different things on us. Maybe a flea flicker like they just tried here, a couple of reverses like they ran earlier. But that's Hanifin's nature. He's going to try to trick you every now and then and get a nice, easy one. There, Settle throws it back to Millen. Millen tries to unload it to the tight end, Wilkins, unsuccessfully. These two coaches know each other very well and know each other's habits.
Third down and less than one. Boy, I don't know. Keith Jones stumbled in the backfield. Depends where they mark it. He'll be awfully close. We're going to measure it.
Mayhew was a guy that snuck in there and submarine and just tripped him up. And what yardage he did make, he made it in the air after he got tackled.
Speculate, Dan, if he doesn't make it.
Go for it. I have absolutely nothing to lose in this situation. Take some chances.
No, you want to win, though. You want to win. You still have 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining.
That's the only way to win is to go after it, though. Here, your offensive line is doing a pretty good job up front. Just Mayhew came in from that side that you saw him 35 and up into Jones. Maybe go right to the middle of that offensive line instead of trying to go off tackle. Got a big quarterback in there, Hugh Millen. Why not try a quarterback sneak?
Yeah, there wasn't much hesitation by Jim Hanifin. They're going for it. You see those numbers. It's fourth down and less than one. Jones over the top, but there are flags everywhere. I don't think he made it. And it's against Atlanta.
Appears that somebody along that offensive line for the Falcons may have been in motion.
Gary Wilkins looked like he was the guilty guy. You never want to look guilty.
No, that's the key. Just walk back to the huddle like, hey, what happened?
It's enough for the first down, which obviously the Redskins wanted to know.
Illegal motion, number 87, offense, penalty accepted, repeat fourth down.
There's Wilkins right there in the middle of your screen, 87 for the Falcons. See, he gets a little lead on the play. That's what brings it back.
So they move him back 5, Dan, and now Atlanta will have to punt. So Scott Fullhead comes on.
Why'd you ask me again? I thought you could give me a break here. What did you do in this situation?
7th penalty against Atlanta, 76 yards. Ricky Sanders, who replaced Joe Howard, is deep for the Redskins. Fullhead gets off for beauty. It'll take Sanders all the way back to the 12. He calls for the fair catch there, and that's where Washington will have possession. A 46-yard punt, no return, and there's 8:26 remaining in the game. Rippon's now 14 of 23, 244 yards, 1 touchdown and an interception. Washington's backed up, first down and 10 at the 12. Ridge, right side, big hole, blasts it out across the 25 to the 26. Finally tripped up by Robert Moore.
And he ran over Robert Moore because Robert Moore is down on the ground now, still trying to figure out where Gerald Riggs went. Just blast right through the line of scrimmage with this one. Good power running. Now watch Moore come up, 34. You see Riggs just kind of ran over him, and Moore is still trying to recuperate.
A gain of 15. They move the chains. And the clock continues to move under 8 minutes.
Say, hey, Robert, the number of that train was 37.
Here he is again to the 30-yard line.
Tell you one thing, there's a nice little battle going up on that line of scrimmage between Tony Casillas, number 75, and Mark Schlereth, number 69. And that time, Schlereth got the better of the situation. San Diego surprising Kansas City today, and Detroit really finishing up the season in style, 33-7.
Joe Gibbs was telling us last night, when Gerald Riggs was healthy early in the year, he can't remember a Washington offense being more explosive. Second down, Washington needs 6. Rippon throws, Monk has the first down, there's a flag. And they may bring this one back. They will.
Illegal motion, 76 offense, 5 yards, repeat second down.
We don't have to mention any names. You know, as an offensive lineman, he got a penalty, okay? Let's just let it go with that. You don't have to point those guys out. If you don't point them out when they do something good, don't point them out when they do something bad.
You big guys are sensitive.
What's worse than that is we stick together.
Not a good day for penalties. That's the 6th penalty for Washington, 53 yards. Second down and 11. Good pressure for Rippon. And it's incomplete, thrown at Mark. Monk can't hold on. The pass was low. Deion Sanders was defending.
Sanders actually did a fairly decent job defending, too. You'll see him come across on the left-hand side of your screen, covering Art Monk. Deion Sanders, number 21. It's a little slow off the break. It's one thing that he's got to learn to do is if he's going to play back soft, he's got to come up off the break a little bit faster than he has been.
I think the cold weather's affected me. What did I say, Mark? Instead of Art, Monk. Third down and 11. Ball at the 25. Rippon double pumps, throws underneath to Warren, and Warren has the first down out near the 40. Big play for the Redskins.
Every now and then, you know, you slow down and you turn around and look for that tight end. This time it's Donnie Warren coming across the middle, dragging across the middle. You'll see Mark Rippon look downfield. He'll take about 2 or 3 reads, can't find anybody open. He says, oh, this is my tight end, Don Warren. It's hard to miss him at about 6'5" or 6'6". And Warren is a strong runner after he catches the ball.
14 catches for the year. He's got an average of 12 yards. That time he picked up 14. Riggs stays in the ball game. First down at the 39. Riggs right side, following Schlereth and Simmons.
Hey, and that time he had to follow Bostic as well, number 53. He hooked up on Tony Casillas, and I really thought that this was Tony Casillas' best year, and so far this Redskin offensive line has really done a nice job on him up in that middle.
Think about the guys who are out of that offensive line, like Jacoby and May, that are missing. Grimm was a starter at the beginning of the year. He got banged up. Now it's Lachey, McKenzie, Bostic, the rookie Schlereth and Simmons.
And they are eating the yards up as well as the clock. So we are deep into the 4th quarter.
Under 5 minutes, second down and 6. Riggs to the 46-yard line. Tony Casillas made the tackle. Next Sunday, it's a Week 16 NFL doubleheader on CBS Sports beginning at 12:30 with the NFL Today. Game 2, Chicago travels to San Francisco to meet the division-winning 49ers. Those are the first games. The entire menu: Detroit, Atlanta, Green Bay, Dallas, the Rams, New England, and Phoenix against Philadelphia. Chicago then goes against San Francisco, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Chicago lost to Green Bay. San Francisco, of course, has clinched the West. Third down and 4, Redskins. Complete to Monk at the 40 to the 37-yard line before Marcus Cotton can make the tackle.
You know, the thing I like so much about Art Monk, though, is the fact that he is so classy. When he comes up, he makes a nice reception like that. You see somebody like Marcus Cotton getting up and acting crazy. And Art Monk just simply comes back in and says, hey, look, I made a nice reception. Let's just live with it. Now watch the Redskins pick up that blitz. Veteran offensive line in some areas, but in a lot of areas they're very young, but they sure pick up the blitz very nicely. Got some big people up front, and they just take people out. Art Monk on the break, makes a nice reception now. Escapes Scott Case, but see, Cotton is chasing him down. Cotton gets up and does a little war dance, but I don't know why if somebody's beating him for 15 to 20 yards.
5th catch for Monk, a gain of 18. Riggs, right side, carries Tuggle with him to the 35. Riggs now has 18 carries, 84 yards.
This is one of those classic drives by the Redskins. You know, you throw the ball as much as you need to, but what you really want to do is keep it on the ground, let your big back grind up the yardage and take the numbers off the clock, and that's exactly what they're accomplishing.
Redskins going after their 4th win in a row. The Falcons trying to avoid their 6th loss in a row. This is Riggs on 2nd and 7. Gets maybe 1. Tackle made by Bruce and Thomas. .224 remaining here in Atlanta. The Redskins continue to lead 31-30. Tim Brandt and Dan Jiggets with you. Washington with 2 timeouts remaining. Atlanta just 1. Don't forget, coming up next, 60 minutes.
Always look forward to watching that on Sunday evening. Whenever I can get back home in time.
3rd down and 6. The ball at the 35 for Washington.
Atlanta wants to come up and press. This ought to be very interesting.
Rippon rolls right, has time, throws that way, and has the completion. Art Monk with an outside catch right by the line.
See how he did it, though? He worked the defensive back up the field and then came back to the ball. So he's going to run a comeback here at about maybe about 8 or 9 yards. He gets enough to get the 1st down, now breaks back to the ball, and that's what really sets it up nicely for Rippon because he sees the target downfield. Art Monk. Monk told me he wants to get into the graphics business after he retires and is kind of looking forward to that. So if there's anybody in the Washington area, give him a call. So he wants to go into advertising and graphics. He's very graphically caught the football today.
Monk with 6 catches, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Biner breaks a tackle and loses yardage. Jesse Tuggle takes him down along with Tim Green. That should take us down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining. We'll be back. Fulton County Stadium is starting to clear out. Folks are going home. It's cold and they don't want to wait the last 2 minutes, which is surprising in that it's a 1-point game, 31-30. But the Redskins now, 2nd down and 14, with just 2 minutes remaining, are trying to kill the clock, and they have melted it successfully.
It seems to me, though, your team tries so hard to win. They're down by 1 point with 2 minutes left. You might want to stick around and spend the extra 10 minutes and find out what happened.
Redskins have been eliminated from the playoffs since the Rams won today, but they're still playing here for the win. This is Biner inside to the 26-yard line. And Atlanta takes a timeout.
Art Monk put up some great numbers this season, among the all-time leaders in pass receptions, just passing his coach Charlie Taylor last week. See, Charlie's got 649, and Art right now has 657.
That's counting his 6 catches today for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Chasing Charlie Joyner and the still active Steve Largent at 816. Of course, he plays later on this evening.
Take you around the National Football League. Show you some of the important scores of the day here in week 15 as the playoffs now are right around the corner. Cleveland wins along with Green Bay. So Green Bay is very much in the hunt. With that Minnesota loss, Green Bay's in the hunt for the title. Cincinnati big over Houston. Bengals are still alive.
Pittsburgh
Steelers
over New England. They're still alive mathematically.
Amazing, isn't it, as we go down to the final week?
Colts still in it.
They have a chance to win the division. 42-13 today. Third down and 12, Washington. And they're not going to make it. Redskins have held the ball over 6 minutes on this drive. They got it with 8:26 left in the ball game. We're now down to 1:40. If the Raiders win tonight, the Chiefs are eliminated. So we can tell you that right now. Detroit with a strong finish this year. Sanders probably the rookie of the year. His 6th 100-yard game. San Francisco with a win.
And they do it without Montana at the quarterback position. Steve Young comes in and the train just keeps rolling.
How about Buffalo? Really struggling down the stretch. If Philadelphia wins Monday night, the Rams get a wild card. And of course that win, as we've told you countless times today, has eliminated Washington.
Charge timeout, Washington, number 2.
A 43-yard attempt by Chip Lowmiller. And if he misses it, the Falcons are going to have one last shot. They're going to have that anyway. But at least he'll have to score a touchdown if he hits this one from 43. No good. A field goal can win it for the Falcons. 1:01 remaining in the ball game. He's made them from 37 yards today, but he missed from 47 and 43.
He's just simply not following through when he kicks the ball. He's punching these balls instead of following through on them.
A reminder that Chris Miller's out of the ball game. Hugh Millen is in. Atlanta has no timeouts left. They've got 61 seconds. Rolls right, pumps, and goes deep. Intended for Haynes. Almost intercepted.
Todd Bowles had it and just simply dropped it when he's coming back down to the ground. And he's as mad as anybody in the stadium.
And that would have ended the game had he gotten that one.
Millen decides to go long to Michael Haynes, but Bowles plays this one beautifully, helping out Martin Mayhew over on that near sideline and just breaks this one up. But boy, he had the interception.
Watch his head, Dan. He has the interception seemingly, now looks upfield and dropped the ball.
Yeah, he wanted to make a little yardage on the thing as well.
Second down and 10. Millen in the pocket, throws underneath to Lang. Lang's out to the 43-yard line. Clock still moves. They don't have any way to stop it with timeouts. Wilbur Marshall came across. He says that it was Atlanta that moved first. And he's right.
False start, 69 offense, 5 yards, still first down.
69 is Houston Hoover. Well, I'd take somebody on Michael Haynes and lock him on right now.
Oh, yeah, because you know he's the deep threat. But really, when you think about what the Falcons need to get in field goal range, they probably need another 25 yards for this guy Davis to come in and make an attempt.
Millen steps up in the pocket. Incomplete. They were going for Collins.
No patience, though, by the Falcons. Take what the defense is giving you, chip away at it, take 10, 15, 2 passes, all of a sudden you've got the necessary yardage. Don't try to get it all on one shot. Work the out of bounds.
26 seconds remain in this ball game. Cut by the Patriots earlier this year. When McFadden was injured, McFadden got hurt in San Francisco. And Chris Miller, the quarterback, came in and kicked the field goal. Then they acquired Davis. Davis has missed from 37 and 47 since joining this team. Millen with backside pressure, and he's sacked. Wilbur Marshall gets the sack.
You're wondering where Wilbur Marshall is, the same address, Redskin Park. Everybody says, well, what's happened to him? Nothing. He's playing the defense they asked him to.
The third sack by Washington. You see the clock. Third down and 25. Complete over the middle. Out near midfield goes Jones. They can't stop the clock. That's it. So the Redskins go to 9-6. Atlanta goes to 3-12. And two old friends will meet at midfield, Hannafin and Gibbs.